BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. He forgot to run his intro a bit earlier than he should have, so we're only going to have a little one as we lead into our second race of the 2026 Knuckleheadz iRacing League season. Yesterday with the dirt street stocks. Today it is the bottom feeder Speed Co Monday Modified Madness, right alongside the Motorsports National Monday Mayhem. Well, actually, Monday something else, Mayhem. There's an extra M in there, and I've forgotten it already. Monday Night Mayhem. It's an N, which will be our micro sprints at the Chili Bowl. But first up, Dirt 358 mods here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's get down to the track and have a look and see who of our 14 drivers has quick time currently. Kent McLean, 12.429. There's Chad Putterbowl in second, quickest, third quickest Mike Davis. Bryson Freeze is there as well. Michael Whiting rounds out our top five. Looks like Michael Whiting here on debut. Michael Butler, or Butts, as he is affectionately known, we now know, so he'll be called Butts from now on. Brian Angel, his teammate Brett Vanderwood as well. Yoda Outlaws. Looks like we've got another debuting driver in Ty Dalman. Alongside Chris Standridge there for Yoda Outlaws, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land, and Doug Norton. Still got about 2.5 minutes of practice before we get on over to qualify, but we might have three. Yeah, we might have three heats, 5, 4, and 4 maybe. I don't know if they'll go 7 and 7. That just seems a little bit big for a heat race. We'll have to wait and see. Thank you also for the like and the share, Ty. My audio is playing up today, so I'm not getting the alerts through my headset. So I'm going to keep my eyes on the prize. We do have some new guys that have just recently joined the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Facebook group, joined the crew. Let's see, we've got Scott Harding, Mike Whiting, Jim Johnson, and Ty Dalman joining in. So welcome in, guys. First race of the season for them. Only the second race of the season, first race of the round. So coming in at the best time to get started. Oh, 12.9, 107, really the previous lap times. A little bit slower than the 12.4s we've been seeing in that top 5. .7, a little bit quicker than the 12.8s we've been seeing. There's a 13.3 as well. 12.763 actually is quick time Chris Standridge on that last lap. So 2 races today, 1 tomorrow. So format has changed since the end of the 2025 season. 1 race on the Sunday night US, Monday morning Australia. 2 races Monday night American, Tuesday morning Australian. Oh, Kelly, there we go. The sound did come through my headset that time. Shared the broadcast. Thank you. Yeah, the 2 races today and then the 1 more race tomorrow. Which is, of course, Tuesday night US, Wednesday morning Australian. All right, looks like qualifying is up. Kevin McLean, first car out on the track. The 00 of Mike Butler, Butts out there. Bryce Freeze, Mikey, mixture as well. Mike mixed to Mike Butler. God, how many mics can we get a mic check? Where's Michael Mad Dog Davis? Holy crap. Ken McLean 12.675 is our quick time. Chris Sanders 12.803 second. Quickest 12.811 for Tom Land. Michael Whiting up there second quickest so far. He's going to come out on debut swinging. Chris Sanders just going to return the favour though with about 0.02 of a second quicker. But Molyneux, we picked up a bunch of new drivers. We had 14 at throughout practice. Right before qualifying, we just jumped to 19 drivers, I believe, maybe 20. So that is drastically going to change the heat racing format. We weren't sure if it was going to be 2 of 7, but that answer. There is a Mike Davis as well. This is the biggest Mike race we've ever had. We've got Mike Whiting, Mike Davis, Mikey Mixter, Mike Butler, Mike 1, Mike 2, Mike 3. There's 4 mics, TNT. There's Taz. There's 4 mics. We've got a Mikey and 2 mics and a Michael. I'm just going to call them all Mikes. Mike McLean, Mike Angel, Mike Standridge, Mike Whiting, Mike McDonald, Mike Molyneux, Mike Dowman, Mike Davis, Mike Puttable, Mike Vanderwood, Mike Land, Mikey Mixter, Mike McKellen, Mike Freeze, Mike Butler, Mike Bridges, and Mike Norton, and Mike Land. There we go. That's the field. Oh, and of course, Chris Perrotta. Right, 19 cars registered. We're just waiting on Chris. He might be just loading in the nick of time. 2.5 minutes till we lock out the entrance. Top 5 so far. Ken McLean, Brian Angel, Chris Standridge, Michael Whiting, Travis McDonald at 6 to 10 will be Bud Molyneux, Ty Dowman, Mike Davis, Chad Puttable and Brett Vanderwood. 11 to 15 is Tom Land, Mikey Mixter, Kellen McKellen, Bryce Freeze, and Mike Butler. And then our remaining 3 cars, 6 to 18, Wayne Bridges, Matthew Land, and Doug Norton. TNT Motorsports Network is putting his money on Mike to win. I'm putting my money on a Mike in the top 5. Yeah. Right, minute and a half to go. Chris still not quite out on the track for qualifying. So they may just leave that for him. Let that roll out. All right, here we go. Heat 1 is lining up. This is our bottom feeder speed code Monday Modified Madness round of the 358s. We're going to start off Heat 1 with Kent McLean and Travis McDonald on that front row. Chad Puttable and Kelly McKellen on that second row. Matthew Land will be on that third and final row. I'd say 4 heats here by the looks of this. A lot of heat racing still to come. And Chad's middle name is Michael. But there you go. There you go. I think we'll just give everyone a Michael middle name. So it's Kent Michael McLean on the front row alongside Travis Michael McDonald. Chad Michael Puttable alongside Kelly Michael McKellen. And Matthew Michael Land on that fifth and final row. Off we go. Limaland Motorsports Park. We'll take a little bit to get loose, but Kent McLean will work that inside line as if it's already good to go. Oh, a little bit of loss of momentum there. Contact between him and the 20 of Chad Puttable. Chad's going to pull back to 5th. Kent McLean Kent McLean back to 3rd. Kelly's going to move up into the race lead battle with Travis McDonald. He is on that low line, so he might actually have that the advantage over Travis. Travis is going to have to run out of the straightaways though. So it looks like no, I was wrong. Oh, looks like Chad suffered some damage in that contact, just taking it into the pits for heat 1. Just 6 laps each heat race. Bit of a dash. Time you sort of get yourself up to speed, the race is almost done, so you're really just trying to build that momentum, get that good spot, hold that space, defend your position, and see the race out as we come through for the white flag lap ending. There's the check in heat 1, done and dusted. Travis McDonald is going to get himself a pole position start in our feature race here tonight. The actual results for heat 1. Chad Puttable in 5th for Dirt Warrior Racing. 4th was Matthew Ladd for MOTO International. Mo Diggy Murphy's Kelly McKellen in 3rd. Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean in 2nd, but Travis McDonald is our heat 1 victor. We'll get the pole position start in our feature race. On to heat 2, who's going to start alongside him. Will it be Brian Angel or Bud Molyneux on the front row of heat 2? Will it be Brett Vanderwood or Bryce Freeze on that second row? Will it be Doug Norton on that 3rd and final row? 6 laps, let's find out. All right, pace trucks left the track. Lap 1 of heat 2 is about to begin. They will fire at the line. Once they, they're coming to backstretch first. Bobby into 3 and 4. Pace truck has now left the track. This is where they will start. Seven, the 83, the 8, the 11, the 52 is Brian Angel, Bud Molyneux, Brett Vanderwood, Bryce Freeze, Doug Norton. Brian Angel, Yoda Outlaws getting that race car in to the race lead. His teammate Brett Vanderwood back there in 3rd. Bud Molyneux in that Yoda Outlaws sandwich. Bryce Freeze and Doug Norton 4th and 5th. Three laps in, 3 to go. This is heat 2. The winner of this one will start on the front row alongside Travis McDonald in our feature race. Brian Angel really sending that 358, but he's got Bud Molyneux right there behind him. Brian's teammate Brent back there. A lot of B names in this round. Bryce Freeze, 4 B names. There it is. Brian Angel secures the front row start. Heat 2. 358 here at Limaland at Motorsports at Park. Let's look at the results. There we go. Mo Diggy Murphy is Doug Norton and Bryce Freeze. A 5th and a 4th. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 3rd. Venom Racing's Bud Molyneux in 2nd. But Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angel picks up the Heat 2 victory. Let's jump on over to Heat 3. Yoda Outlaws have another chance to start on the front row with a heat victory here. Chris Dandridge on the front row with Ty Dalman, Ty representing Dirty Boys Motorsports, Tom Land and Mike Butler on that second row. So two more Yoda Outlaws drivers in this heat. Chris Protter has registered for the... Yep, he's out there. I was going to say has registered for this heat, but I'm not sure if he's made it to the race, but he has. All right, pace truck leaving the track. Heat 3 of 4 is about to get underway. 6 laps. This spot is for the second row back behind pole position inside a line. A little bit of contact there from Mike Butler and Ty Dalman there. Dalman or Dalman? Hopefully you'll have someone in the audience to be able to word me up. Standard Ty Dalman still racing. Looks like Tom Land has put his 358 in the pits. Mike Butler, Chris Protter rounding out our 4-car field for Heat 3. As Ty's making a move on Chris Standridge here with 1 to go. Outlaws getting it done yet again in Heat 3. Results are as follows. Tom Land from Motor International in 5th place. Chris Protter 4th. Yoda Outlaws Mike Butler in 3rd. Dirty Boys Motorsports Ty Dalman in 2nd. But Yoda Outlaws Chris Standridge will pick up the Heat 3 victory. All right, our 4th and final heat race for the 358 mods here at Limaland Motorsports Park. It will be Michael Whiting and Mike Davis on the... Oh, if we just had one more Mike in this, and not Wayne, no offense, would have beaten the Mike heat. Mike Whiting, Mike Davis on that front row. Mikey Mixture and Mike Wayne Bridges, Wayne Michael Bridges on the second row. One more time around the track, we'll get our last of the 358 heat races underway before we get to our feature racing. Still one more race to come tonight. That one is the Motor International. First week of the new round. I've got to remember the names. Monday Night Mayhem. Up after this one, that will be the non-wing micro sprints at Chili Bowl. That is going to be madness. Stick around for that. Chris Standridge, 3/4 of a chance of a Mike winning this one. Yeah, I've picked a Mike for the top 5. That's my bet. I just hope you don't mind being referred to as Christopher Michael Standridge at the moment, Chris. Just so everyone's got a Michael name at the moment. Michael Whiting and Mike Davis, Mikey Mixter, Wayne Bridges. That's the 4 for this last heat race for the 358s. This one for a starting spot on that second row outside pole behind Travis McDonald. Alongside Chris Standridge. Unless there's a I didn't look at the race format. It might be a Consi. Could be a Consi. That will decide the starting lineup for the field, but we'll have to wait and see as we get to the white flag lap. 144 of Mike Whiting on debut is going to take out Heat 4 with Mad Dog Mike Davis behind him. Mikey mixed up Wayne Bridges third and fourth. Barking in at the background. All right, that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted that button. We're going straight through the feature. We are okay. All right, so Wayne Bridges in fourth, bottom feeder Speed Coast. Mikey Mixter third. Mo Digger Mafia's Mike Davis in second. Michael Whiting in first, gets the win in Heat 4. All right, our grid for our first feature race, 35 laps here at Limaland Motorsports Park. This is the bottom feeder Speed Coast Monday Modified Madness. It is going to be Travis McDonald and Brian Angel on that front row. Chris Standridge and Michael Whiting on that second row. Kent McLean and Bud Molyneux third row. Ty Daleman and Mike Davis on that fourth row. Kelly McKellen and Brett Vanderwood on that fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Mike Butler and Mikey Mixter. Matthew Land and Bryce Freeze on that seventh row. Eighth row, Chris Perotta and Wayne Bridges. Ninth row is going to be Chad Puttabo and Doug Norton. And on that 10th and final row, Tom Land. What a field. Let's get this 35 lap 358 modified race underway. Pretty good chance a Mike will be in the top 5. Chris Andrews thinks a pretty good chance a Mike will win the race. Looks like Tom Land may not have taken the field. So it looks like just 18 cars, 9 rows. Wish him the best of luck in the micro sprints. We know he's no slouch in those. Travis McDonald starting down at very, very, very low there, having to run over the infield tyres as he's got Brian Angel, Chris Standridge, Kent McLean, Michael Whiting behind him as we get our first caution. Looks like Bud Molyneux caught up in that, got turned around. Bud Molyneux, the black and red 883 car there. Looks like Mike Davis behind him. Looks like he had to check up for the 144 a little bit as the 99 just closed that distance pretty quickly and unfortunately unable to avoid contact. Right, line back up. Travis McDonald, Brian Angel front row. Chris Andrew, Michael Whiting second. Kent McLean, Ty Daleman third. Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land fourth. Bryce Fraser, Chris Pryor fifth row. Sixth row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Chad Puttabo, Doug Norton and Bud Molyneux seventh row. Eighth row, Kelly McKellen and Mike Davis, Tom Land and Mike Butler, as well as Brett Vanderwood and Chad Puttabo. Oh my God, Tom Land's back out on the track. Okay. Excuse me, burpees. Find my camera controls, they're not even on that screen there as Travis McDonald gets off to a great start with Brian Angel, Kent McLean, Chris Standridge, Michael Whiting fulfilling that. Michael in a top 5 position. Ty Daleman, Mikey Mixter, Matthew Land, Bryce Freeze and Chad Puttabo. Wayne Bridges, Bud Molyneux, Chris Pryor, Mike Davis, Kelly McKellen, Doug Norton, Tom Land, Mike Butler. Sorry, Brett Vanderwood and Mike Butler. 19 cars, 35 laps. Starting to see the entry of those turns ripping up a bit there as the slick starts to build. A couple of cars there fighting for position. Michael Whiting has been forced out of the top 5 by Ty Daleman. Battle between Brian Angel and Kent McLean though for second place. Holy cow, second and third. Brian Angel's teammate Chris Standridge back there as well. Tie-down man Michael Whiting and Mikey a mixture, it looks like. For the 75, just getting down a little bit close to that infield tyre. That's going to allow Brian Angel to sort of get back into a battle position with it. But Chris Standridge right there as well. They are going to make it 3 wide, second, third and fourth if they are not careful. Right now, Brian Angel has fallen back to third, fourth battle. Maybe even fourth and fifth battle with Tie-Down Man as Chris locks in that third place run. He's going to try and move up to Ken McLean, but Kent's going to take that battle to Travis. To 35 in, and this is still quite tight. Travis outraced the leader, but no one really with a distinct advantage. A couple of cars may be forced to run off suit, off their line, which is causing a bit of sort of follow the leader if you're watching the relative. Watching the screen, obviously they're not following the leader, different lines, but just not really gaining or losing either way. Some quick times, 13.024, 13.06. Another 13.024, Tie-Down Man, Dowman, however we say that, Ty Dowman, is really sort of showing up on debut. He's the man that's on our screens right now, Dirty Boy Motorsports. Looks like he loves his trucks and his guns as well, as we can see by his driver profile picture. At 19 to 35. Done. It's now 20 of 35, just 15 remain. Oh, Maxi Land looks like he had turned it round. There. Just tripped up the track a bit, tried to avoid the wall, tapped it, spun around. 99 nowhere to go but into the nose. Alright, just going to go grab my drink from the fridge. I'll be back in just one moment. Alright, they get restarted. It looks like a little bit of contact through 1 and 2 may pull them back up again, depending on how everyone gets it re-going. No, it looks like everyone managed to keep it green. What an interesting start there, but well done, boys, for keeping that real estate going up the front. The 88 and the 75, Travis McDonald, Ken McLean, they're going to battle it out for the lead. While on debut, Tie-Down Man has moved up into the podium spot, top 3. Michael Whiting also on debut in 4th. Chad Football Ace moved up into 5th place. But Molyneux has retired. Didn't see that. So, yeah, just 18 cars remaining on the field. Oh, there we go. Chad Football, Chris Standridge. And I think Mike Butler coming into contact there. to. Maybe just want to get around the outside of the 20 coming through, no, down below. And just a little bit of door-to-door, turns the 20 around the 0, unable to avoid it, as is the 7. 27. All right, get this one back underway. Lap 25 and 35, 10 still to come. Kent McLean has taken over as race leader off that restart. Travis McDonald, a little bit of a tap in the rear, which caused him to back off, which has killed a little bit of that momentum. Tydale Man and Michael Whiting on the chase as another caution has come out. Fourth caution for the race. Let's have a look. Looks like Chad jumping to the pits. Can't see that he was involved though. Drift Perotta and Mikey Mixter. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Chris just getting to the back of Mikey's car. Oh, and then Chad just coming into contact at the end of it all. Ooh, looks like because of the caution coming out, has Travis got his first place spot back? I believe he has. Oh, that is a godsend for Travis McDonald. I'll take a bite of my breakfast to mute myself really quickly, and off we go. A single file restart, so definitely got to benefit Travis, and given that Kent was able to get him off the start before, that is probably going to win the race for him if he can hold him off. What Kent doesn't need is any more cautions. 17 cars on the pits. Chad still in the, sorry, on the track. 7 Chad in the pit. Bud Molyneux has retired. Five to go, or 4 to go, sorry. We're going to get up the front. Kent is really putting the hammer on Travis up there, and I want to be there to see who gets this win. I think Kent's got the pass down at low. Travis should have the run down the straightaway, though. Oh, I don't know if he does. I think he just had it on entry. Oh, he's got it there, though, where it matters. This is going to be a battle. Travis Kent almost needs to get up in front of Travis to slow his car down. He can't keep battling low versus high. High is going to win on the exit every time with 2 to go. Just can't get that slider positioned. White flag lap. Tied down, man, though. What a run. 3rd place on debut along with Michael Whiting. But Mike Butler in 5th. Oh, Travis just holds on to bring that one home. What a battle. As we await the rest of the cars, get this checkered flag. We'll get our feature results up. Here we go. All right, we know Venom Racing's Bud at Molyneux. Oh, we have to go down one. Oh, that's grid, Bob. We want results. This one here. There we go. Bud Molyneux for Venom Racing in 19th. Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Putterbowl in 18th. Modig Murphy's Bryce Freeze 17th. Mikey Mister for Bottom Feeder Speed Co. in 16th. Chris Perrotta and Matthew Land 15th and 14th. Yoda Outlaws Chris Sandridge in 13th. Modig Murphy's Doug Norton in 12th. Brett Vanderwood, Yoda Outlaws teammate in 11th. Modig Murphy teammate Mike Davis in 10th. Motor International's Tom Land in 9th. Wayne Bridges in 8th. Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel in 7th. Modig Murphy's Kelly McKellen in 6th. The top 5, Mike Butler for Yoda Outlaws. We had 2 new guys starting with us tonight. Michael Whiting in 4th. Dirty Boys Motorsports, Ty Dalman in 3rd. Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean got 2nd, but Travis McDonald held on and secured the victory for the 358 mods here at Limaland Motorsports Park. Let's set my screen up and we'll get on over there to have a chat to him. Interview channel is open. Good. I always lose the KHR channel. All right, welcome in the 88, Travis McDonald. Or when you go back on rewatch, I'm pretty certain your middle name isn't Michael, but I was calling everyone their name with Michael in the middle just because we had so many Mikes in the race. It was kind of crazy. We had one heat that I think had 4 B names in it. It was, it was. If I thought names were going to be a concern, it was more just making sure I got the right, which one was a Mikey, which one was a Mike, which one's a Michael, things like that. But in all seriousness, though, man, congratulations. First round of the Monday Night Mayhem 358s. And
thank you, Bob.
sorry, no, Monday Night Mayhem is the micros. It's the first week. I'm always going to get the names back to front. The Monday Modified Madness. You took out quick time in qualifying. You took out the win in the heat. You looked pretty good in the feature. On paper, there was nothing wrong with that feature race, but we're going to jump straight to that 4th caution. It was the 3rd caution restart, 4th caution cause. Kent McLean just seemed to have gotten a bit of a jump on you. There was a little bit of door-to-door action off the start. Were you surprised when the caution was called that they reset and it allowed you to get your position back, or did you think Kent had you at that stage?
To be honest, I thought the position would have went to Ken. I was like, why did he give it to me? Because not less. I don't know if I beat him to the flag stand on the restart, or I don't know what played that part of it. It must have been it.
Because it wasn't a full lap. I think they roll it backwards to the previous lap's positioning. So it automatically scores you back in as the race leader. He was in the lead when the caution came out, but he hadn't completed the first lap, so it didn't count. It doesn't count in that respect. I usually find. And then single file restart pretty much sort of would traditionally in most cases give you the race back, but holy cow. Kent went, no, I can race to the bottom and give Travis a hard time. And I think there was a few times down the backstretch where you did get to the entry of the next turn before him, but it was usually on the backstretch, and had it been the front stretch, he would have got to the start-finish line before you. How hard were you putting that foot through the floor?
I was running half, 3/4 throttle until the last 2, maybe 3 laps, and I started running it harder on the front stretch because like you said, I noticed he was getting a hard run out of 4 a lot better than me, so I started running that corner a little harder, and it seemed to paid off that last 2 laps. Like or Kent messed up one. I don't know. I didn't watch the replay. I don't know if he got in a loose or what, but the last 2 laps, it seemed like I pulled from him some before the finish line. So I was pleased with that, I guess. But there for a minute, I thought maybe the bottom had come back in better than where the top was, but you don't ever know in this thing. I hadn't run these since, well, I think we had one or 2 races in them in the, the middle, before the last season.
Yep.
Grassroots. I'll get it out.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody reminded me earlier. I think that's the last time we've run these. Like, hadn't set foot in one until tonight, and I didn't even get to practice. So I thought, honestly, didn't think I'd win, but no means. I mean, I used to love these cars, but they have changed, and we haven't run them for so long, so they're getting back used to it again.
Now that you've mentioned it, like thinking back over that race, I know with myself, and obviously cars can be raced a bit differently than, there is a bit of a spectrum to the driving sort of thing. But for me, with the 358s, I find I enjoy a lot more success the straighter I keep the car through the turns. Like it's not one of those set it, turn right to go left and set it wide on an angle and slide your way around sort of thing. It's sort of more keep the car a little bit straighter, probably a little bit of angle, but not much. Whereas, yeah, we were seeing a lot more setting, a lot more um, the sliding. And in fact, I was going to mention that I thought that towards the end there, that it would have been a little bit off suit for Kent, but I thought the option was there for a slider. Just get his car just sort of up in front of yours. I feel like he had that entry down low enough that he could have slidden up and just slowed you down a little bit enough to try and sort of rebuild that momentum and run home for those last few laps. But the slider line wasn't really there tonight. Was the slick? It looked like it was really opening up on entry. Was that affecting how you were sort of setting for the turns?
A little bit. I mean, at first I was kind of running mid, entering kind of mid and sliding up just a little bit and coming out. Then once it started slicking off more and more and more, I went back to the top line and just kind of hung in there because I knew if I hit a tar, I was screwed. And I was like, if Ken hits one, I know he's screwed. So it's kind of the reason I stayed up top.
Yep. No, I'm the same. My throttle control is not great, so yeah, the bigger the track, the higher I run because I just send it. I just let it eat and go from there. Now we're going from the 358s here at Limaland Motorsports Park, heading on over to Chili Bowl at Lucas Oil. And that one is going to be mayhem. That track never fails to be a challenge. But we're going to go out in the non-winged micro sprints. How do you prepare for that?
There's none. Just do what you need to do.
Head down, bum up, and pray.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and that. Look,
I'll say
I
Kent. I'll say
you,
Kent or Tom will have that wrapped up. More than likely, they don't goof up nothing.
yeah, I feel like there's a couple of guys that Matthew Land's another one. He finished 14th here in the 358s, but he's another one that does show up in the open wheel, sort of the more smaller open wheels. I was going to say in the open wheels, but technically the 358s you'd consider the modified as an open wheel race car as well. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. As a driver, I'd be glad that it's opening round, that we get it out of the way so it's done and dusted. But yeah, it's going to be a good battle. Last thing to bring up before we wrap up and let you get ready. There's still a bit of time before the next race, but always good to have time to stretch your legs and not rush things. But a couple of new drivers here tonight. We had Ty and Michael. Ty Downman from Dirty Boys Motorsports and Michael Whiting joining us. And I did see on the Facebook group a couple of different people new people have joined. So yeah, good healthy car count for both races, especially 358 mods here today, and a couple of new drivers debuting in the top five. That's got to be a good feeling knowing that you're still attracting uh, people and they're good competition. They're gelling sort of straight into it.
Right. Yeah. I think it's going to be a pretty tough little season. Going to be some battles.
It is going to be great and good to see them coming in at the start. We had a few new guys last season, sort of more in the middle of it, not able to build a big foundation, but we're able to sort of show up and show what they had to build on. And it's Bryce Freeze, obviously the Yoda Outlaws boys. A couple of new teams forming out there. We're seeing a lot more different team names, and those groups are getting bigger. It's awesome. I can't wait to watch this season play out. All right, my man. Look, congratulations taking out the Dirt 358s here at Limaland Motorsports Park. The only back-to-back night, so good luck with that. Wish you the best of luck out at Chili Bowl with the micros. We'll see you soon on our screens. Before we let you go, though, brother, friends, family, sponsors, as always, who needs a shout out?
Kids for supporting me and wanting me to run and shop here to keep me afloat on the money to keep affording to run, and of course you for broadcasting all of our stuff. And we got a good group of guys, I think, so they get a shout out too. They kind of help hold everything together.
No, could not agree more, man. Well, congratulations, keeping that momentum running. As the viewers may know, the prior season finished 2025 just right at the end of the year, and you picked up 4 of those 5 championships available to be grabbed. And yeah, keep that momentum running for as long as you can, man. Obviously, you don't want to peak, I guess, too much and then crash out. So try and balance it out for the next what is it, 14, 18 weeks or something. Well, I'll let you go. Stretch your legs, check in with the crew chief and all of that sort of stuff, my man. We'll see you on the screen soon. Best of luck with that. Best of luck with the race tomorrow and everything else you've got going on throughout your racing week. We wish you the best of success in everything you do. And we'll have you back in the booth when we can, but that part, obviously, up to you.
Thank you, Bob, man.
Thank you. All right, that was Travis McDonald. Our winner of our first 2 races here tonight. We're going to just jump over to our break screen for a little bit while we get set up for the next race, and we'll be back shortly, guys and girls. Sorry, stay tuned.
Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and raw, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining, the spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlight. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end. John Bennett's drifting, Foxworth's on fire. McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudre, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining, the spotlight's aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV, let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlight. Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase
BobbethTV is back. You know what that means? We've got another session ready to go of racing action for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We have jumped on over to the Motor International Monday Night Mayhem micro sprints here at Chili Bowl. It looks like we've got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 drivers registered for this. Well, it's Tuesday night, actually. It's actually Monday night, Bob. Let's get that fixed right now. There we go. We're going to take you down to the track and watch a little bit of the practice. And let me find a good camera. Someone's going to capture a good part of the track. I think that's the first one. Second one, that one there. There we go. All right, Chad Putterball quick. Time Cam McLean, Matthew Land, Kyle Gilbert, a new debuter. Drew Warren as well. So we've got over almost half the field are debuting in this division. So it's going to be good. All right. I'll put my little note up. Enjoy the practice session, guys. I'll be back in just a few moments. right, with about 6 minutes to go in practice, Chad Putterball does seem to be the quick time out there. Even now, 11:003 is the quickest latest lap. The 6:53 quick time. Kevin McLean 10:745, 10:757 for Matthew Land. Tom Land 10:780. Kyle Gilbert rounding out the top 5 with a 10:815 quick time. All right. We got Ty Dowman coming over from 358 along with Michael Whiting at 10:890 and 10:902, 6th and 7th respectively. We've got the debuting Drew Warren 10:971. James Stratton is here. Welcome in, James. 10:991. Wait, Bridges 10:992. Starting to burp there. Mike Davis 11:114. Travis McDonald 11:190 and 11:418 is Chris Perotta. Let's see. We'll check the other stats. No extra entries that haven't been out on the track yet. All right, just about 2 minutes to go in practice. Not a lot happening as the boys just running out the track. There's Chad Putterball on screen for Dirt Warrior Racing. He's our quickest driver out there, 10:653 quick time. Current quick time lap, it does go to, looks like Drew Warren, Michael Whiting, 11:090. Back in the chat, just so if I do go quiet, you know it's not intentional. How's everyone's Monday night, Tuesday morning, or wherever it is, wherever time zone you're at? Hope you had a good start to the week. The weekend wasn't that bad. I got to start broadcasting the racing again yesterday, so I'm happy. All right, there we go. Practice is done. Let's see who can carry that speed and momentum on to qualifying now. 13 cars, so almost, you have to say 2 heats, inside and outside fields to be decided by the 2 heats. Tom Land, Matthew Land, Tom Land, Matthew Land, Ty Dowman, Kyle Gilbert, Kent McLean, all out there on the track, keen to get this qualifying started. Bit of a fan cam, let's see what fan cam's like. Oh, okay, so, yeah, it's from the audience. My old camera. Know what I'll do for now as we run through qualifying. Ty Dowman, 3-1-0. Currently quick time Tom Land, 11-384 was second, but Kent McLean moves into second place with 11-339, pushing time to third. Michael Whiting, 11-404 in fourth. Drew Warren, 11-423 is fifth, but James Stratton, 11-381 will move him up to third by 0.003 of a second on Tom Land. Mikey mixed in the chat, pulling for Matt Land. Good choice. He can be quite the weapon in these sprints. Is this man, Drew Warren's quick time. 11-310 is the quick time with about 2.5 minutes to go. Looks like, I think Chad put a ball the last guy. There we go, 11-448. He's going to start off with an 8th spot run. See what his second lap can do. Oh, 11-340. Smooths him 1/1000th of a second off of second place there. Puts him up into top 3, puts him in a Heat 1 starting position, front row alongside Ty Dowman. This is going to be Chili Bowl see, I was thinking of it as short, like manic track, but it's not. It's actually a decently sized track. It's just a little bit weird to run on. I've never been able to sort of manage it, so I do always expect it to be a bit crazy. I think it's not as wide as a lot of the racetracks as well. So that might be part of this, the situation, but some good times there, some good racing. I think this is going to be, this could turn out to be a racy little series, this one. All right, let's get our grid up for Heat 1. It is going to be Ty Dowman and James Stratton, Dirty Boys Motorsports versus MJM Racing on that front row. Mayhem Motorsports, Drew Warren versus Chris Perotta, and then Wayne Bridges will be on at that back row, just waiting on James to take the field. Come on, James. Where are you, brother? There he is. There he is. All right. Ty Dowman, James Stratton, Drew Warren, Chris Perotta, Wayne Bridges. Heat 1 of the Motor International Monday Night Mayhem round of the non-wing micro sprints here at Chili Bowl. See, it's not a small track, but it's just being able to capture all of that in one camera is just such a rare moment. Pace truck's going to leave the track. We'll get down to the track cams in just a second. Guys going to come through 3 and 4. We'll get this one started. Looks like James just hanging back a little bit there. Tyre's going to get a fine start as they come through 1 and 2 with Drew Wire and Chris Pryor, Wayne Bridges racing that, I was going to say 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but James and Drew, they're going to battle it out for 2nd there. Get down to our TV cams. A better look at these drivers in action. Just 6 laps. It's going to be very quick racing here for the heat races. The feature might be a little bit longer. That can be known to be a bit cautious, yellow flaggish. But the feature, the heat races, they will be quite snappy. Pretty much a minute and a half affairs at most. Camera loving Drew Warren at the moment. Tidedale man though is our race leader. Looks like James Stratton has hit a wall. White flag lap, so no yellow flag. He's going to drop back to 5th place. Everyone else going to move up a spot. Drew Warren to 2nd. Wayne Bridges 3rd. Chris Potter 4th. As we get our checkered flag. Chris to go over that finish line there. Looks like James has retired from that one. All right, James Stratton for MJM Racing in 5th. Chris Pryor came 4th. 3rd was Wayne Bridges. Mayhem Motorsports, Drew Warren in 2nd. Tied down man for Dirty Boys Motorsports gets a Heat 1 win. We'll start the Monday Motorware International Monday Night Mayhem feature race on the pole position. Who's going to start alongside him though? Will it be Kent McLean or Tom Land on that front row? Travis McDonald or Matthew Land's son? Tom Land's son Matthew Land on that 2nd row. Trouble with these cameras. There we go. Oh, we might be having 3 heats. Not might be, we will be having 3 heats, Bob. The lineup to start is, I think, longer than the heat races themselves once they get going. That's the crazy thing about this. As Triple Groove Racing versus Motorware International up the front. Tom Land, Kent McLean. Tom Land usually the low line racer. That is Tom Land down there on that low line. Oh, got a bit angled. The contact did shoot Kent up into the wall. He tried to come back down to straight it up. Unfortunately, he's gotten into Travis McDonald and Matthew Land. Looks like no yellow flag though. They're going to keep it green. Land a significant 4-second lead over the boys. They are dropping that down a little bit as they do get up to speed. Travis McDonald's got it down to about 3.7. Come around for the last lap. Tom Land coming into 3 or 4 for the last time on the track map there. Gets the start finish line as the boys get the exit of 4. With a cool little flip at the end there. Alright, Heat 2's results as follows. In 4th place, Motorware International's Matthew Land. Oh, pardon me, Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean in 3rd. Travis McDonald 2nd. Motorware International's Tom Land, however, is our Heat 2 victor. We'll start on that front row alongside Ty Dowman. So that is going to be quite the race there, Tom. No slouch for our 3rd and final heat for the night. It will be Chad Putteball and Michael Whiting on at that front row. Kyle Gilbert and Mike Davis on that second row. Two newbies against two regulars here tonight in the third and final heat. Who have you got, folks? And if you're here watching Kyle, if you're here watching Michael or Drew or Ty, don't be shy, guys and girls. Jump in the chat, say hello. Try and make sure everyone gets a good share of viewing of being presented. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time also, my name's Bob. I'm obviously the broadcaster of BobbethTV, and that's how it's pronounced, Bobbeth, B-O-B-B-E-T-H, Bobbeth. Been doing this 4 or 5 years now, since pretty much I got into iRacing during COVID, 2019, and then I think like a year after that I got into broadcasting, probably 6 years now, I guess. I'm Australian, from Tasmania, a little island very southeast of the mainland of Australia. Chad Football really in firm control of that micro sprint, wingless micro sprint. In fact, Cole Gilbert right there behind him, Michael Whiting, Mike Davis. Cole just having a look down low there. The camera angle was made it look like he could make something of that, but Chad on exit doing okay. It's just the contact they don't want. Say I am serious on Kyle Gilbert's sprint car. I believe it does. Oh, Kyle, he's got that relative working as we come out of 3 and 4. He's going to get the run. He's going to pip Chad Football at the finish line. What a run for Kyle Gilbert on a debut. Just kept that low line sort of working and breaking down the gap, and he knew how much gap each lap and was able to obviously calculate that run to the finish. What a run. Let's have a look at the official results before we get to our last feature race of the night. Mike Davis from Dig Murphy in 4th. Michael Whiting 3rd. Chad Putterball in 2nd for Dirt Warrior Racing. Renville Racing's Kyle Gilbert, though, picking up the win on a debut. Well done. All right, our grid for our feature race. Ty Dowman and Tom Land on that front row. Kyle Gilbert and Drew Warren 2nd row. Travis McDonald and Chad Putterball 3rd row. Wayne Bridges and Ken McLean 4th row. Michael Whiting and Chris Prott will be on that 5th row. 6th row, Matthew Land and Mike Davis with James Stratton. He did retire in the heat race, so if he does come out, he'll be that 7th row car by himself, but I do believe he is on the track. Okay. No, he's not. Is he? I don't think he is. No, he is. He is, Bob. He is. Shut up. All 13 cars on the track. All right, Mikey Mixter brave enough to put his pick in the chat. Matt Land starting from 11th, so we'll have a bit of a battle, but could also smartly come up through the field during caution, so I have to wait and see. But who have you got, guys and girls in the audience? Let us know as we get this 35 lap feature race underway. Ty Dowman, Tom Land, Kyle Gilbert, Drew Warren, Travis McDonald. That is the 1 to 5. Chad Putterball, Ken McLean, Michael Whiting, Wayne Bridges, Chris Potter, the 6 to 10. Mike Davis, James Stratton, and Matthew Land are the 11 to 13 for our full field. Quite similar to the heat racing. We're straight up to racing action, and then I had to go and speak, didn't I? As the 91 did come into contact with another driver, the 35, though, unfortunately. Drew Warren coming into contact to him and being sent up into the wall. Watch that one live, so we'll simply reset on the leader. Run and Tinkerbell run. There's Harper in the chat as well. Hey Harper, how you doing, brother? Tinkerbell currently in 6th spot, I will assume. He's going to have to make his way up through the field, but likewise, as I said with Matthew Land, if he's smart and patient, will be able to make his way up through the cautions. We'll have to wait and see. Alright, off we go. Ty Dowman, not a slouch in these micro sprints. This is Kyle Gilbert. Travis McDonald, Kent McLean, Chad Puddleball back there as well. Looks like Kyle Gilbert's going to battle. Oh no, there's been a crash up the front. 227, Kyle Gilbert not able to maintain that challenge. Had a bit of contact and crashed out. Let's have a look and watch that play out. There he is there, Gilbert in the IM. Oh, is it IM security? Just a little tap in the rear there by the 24, spins him out. Pardon me, also comes into contact, unfortunately, with Tom Land there, gets the worst of it. Keegan Dowman in the chat, go Ty. Yeah, number 24 is our race leader. Has gotten off to a great start here in this battle. Started in the pole position start with a Heat 1 victory, and off he goes. Keegan, am I saying that right? Is it Dowman? Dowman. I'm not sure how. I've said it about 4 or 5 different ways, I think. Hopefully one of those has been correct. The Aussie accent can be a bit tricky to understand. I understand. That pace truck's going to leave the track. So they're not quite double wide lined up, just a little bit gapped, but it's going to be Travis McDonald, Ty Dowman, Capital, Kent McLean, Michael Whiting, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis and James Stratton, Matthew Land, Chris Prodick, Cole Gilbert, Tom Land and Drew Warren. Oh no, the 24's forced off track. That's Ty. Oh no. Looks like Ty gets the bullcaster's curse. We talk about him a little bit too much. Got tapped up the rear, was sent off track. No yellow flag out though. He must have gone into the pits pretty quickly. Travis McDonald, our new race leader. Chad Pullum is in the second. Kent McLean third. Michael Whiting and Wayne Bridges fourth and fifth. There's Mike Davis back there just outside the top 5 with James Stratton and Cole Gilbert as well. Of 35 so far, almost the halfway mark. Ty Dowman able to get himself back out onto the track after that pit visit. He's 5 laps down, so going to hope for a wave around possibility if there is a yellow flag. Drew Warren 3 laps down, Chris Potter in 11th, then we've got Tom Land in 10th. Up there in front of him in 9th, James Stratton, then Matthew Land, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, that is 8th, 9th, 7th and 6th. Top 5, Cole Gilbert, 4th place currently, Michael Whiting. Podium runners at the moment in 3rd, Kent McLean, Chad Puddleball 2nd, and Travis McDonald, our current race leader. Lucas Oil Chili Bowl putting on a great show here today. not the racing I was expecting. The track itself just has a bit of an over-under on cautions and difficulty. But the boys, they've got guys here who've never raced with each other. They've got guys that have probably not raced these, and they are gelling it well. Unfortunately, Ty Dowman back in the pits. I did see someone spin out just then off camera, but it doesn't look like on the track map, so maybe they just got a little contact and recovered. Oh, definitely contact there. That was the 35, and I believe the 091 of Matthew Land. Going to keep it green though with 23 of 35 in. For Michael Whiting, he is just in that top 5. There's the 4th place. Cole Gilbert, they're going to battle each other relative wise. So Michael might have him there, but Cole able to lock it back in. Travis McDonald back there behind, Travis McDonald behind lap traffic. That's the 221 of James Stratton there in front of him. 27 of Chris Potter. What a racy affair so far. 27 to 35 in. Not much to go now. Travis McDonald, he was our winner earlier tonight with the 358 Modifieds over at Limaland Motorsports Park. Monday Modified Mayhem. Like he is attempting a back-to-back run, the only night you can do so this season. Monday night US, Tuesday morning's the only double header night of racing. Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian is the dirt street stocks. Tuesday night US, Wednesday morning Australian will be the late model competition. Monday nights, of course, modifieds and a mixed bag, all different types of cars. All right, looks like Ken McLean made a run on Travis. We might have jinxed Travis there with the back-to-back talks. Matthew Landed currently the lap traffic. Looks like he got into the wall there, trying to stay out of the way, unfortunately. That is going to bring out a caution with 1 or 2 to go. So green, white, checkered restart to finish our race. Alright, single file restart for this green, white, checkered finish. Castua, I hope I'm saying that correctly. We all fucking with this. Welcome in, brother. As we get to our green, white, checkered restart, we should be up the front though, Bob, to watch Ken McLean and Travis McDonald battle that out. As we are white flag lap, Ken McLean down low, Travis McDonald up high. He's also going to Henry Chad put it on Cole Gilbert. No, they're not. Checkered flag run was so damn quick. This race is over. Ken McLean stops Travis McDonald from running back-to-back victories. Let's get our feature results on the screen. All right, Jetty Boys Motorsports, Ty Dowman in 13th spot. Mayhem Motorsports, Drew Warren in 12th. Motor International's Matthew Land in 11th. MJM Racing's James Stratton in 10th. Chris Pryor 9th. Mo Digging Mafia Mike Davis in 8th. Tom Land for Motor International in 7th. Wayne Bridges 6th. Michael Whiting rounds out our top 5 with Renville Racing's Kyle Gilbert in 4th. DWR Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 3rd. Travis McDonald finished 2nd, but Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean picks up the victory here tonight. Let's get his DTs up on the screen here. Get on over to the Discord, have a chat. All right, I didn't have the donk thingy turned on, so I didn't hear Kent sneak in the door. Triple Groove Racing's Kent McLean. Congratulations, Travis McDonald looked quite unstoppable all night tonight. Obviously, he picked up the 358 win at Limaland Motorsports Park. The only night you can go back to back, so bragging rights Monday. He was up for grabs there, and it looked like it was going to be his thing. I think you had him just before that caution came out, that green-white checkered sort of restart. So it was sort of not elementary, but it was sort of, the race I think was decided before that. But not to I guess, shit on your start of the race. But 7 positions back, you just started on the 4th row. Wasn't sort of the normal qualifying heat run race that you're used to. Is it just micros and Chili Bowl was a combo? Talk us through sort of the setup to get to the feature.
I mean, qualifying, I didn't do too bad. These I'm not too familiar with. I mean, I can drive the heck out of them, but I haven't had a lot of seat time in them. So I figured I was at least going to be top 5 qualifying, possibly. And then the heat race, just Tom slid out just a little bit and bumped my left front, and that's what wadded me up in the wall, and that's what put me back, starting I think 7th. In the feature, or 8th. But luckily I was just able to kind of pick my way through to the feature, and everything worked out.
Yeah, now the race, obviously here we are at Chili Bowl, and obviously 1, 2, 3, I can't count properly, 3 yellow flags. I would put the over under at Chili Bowl for yellow flags at around 3 to 5. That the ones, it's sort of like Lernerville, where there's certain tracks just there's going to be cautions, not because the drivers can't handle the track, but just because the track is another opponent and will throw things at you. So it was actually quite the heat races I expected to be pretty racy, low car count in terms of that. 6 cars max in a heat, and they were quite racy, minute long. But that feature race was, I think this is probably the best Chili Bowl race I've ever seen, where there was a little bit of contact. A lot of the time it was lucky that it sent the cars into the pits, so it kept the race green and allowed the other cars to sort of just repair and get back out. But I thought the order of the day was for guys like yourself, Mikey Mixture picked Matthew Land as a favourite, and he's always good in the sprints, but not so lucky tonight. But I thought the idea would be to be patient and just work your way up through the cautions. But I don't think there were enough sort of cautions to have done that you would normally expect at Chili Bowl. I think by the 2nd or 3rd one, you're kind of like, all right, now's the good time to start moving my way forward. But there were no more. That was it. All the cautions were sort of used up by that stage, and I think that caught a few of you by surprise. Did you have to did that catch you off guard? Did you think there was going to be a bit more of an opportunity to just sort of move your way up a bit more casually in this race than there was?
No, I mean it kind of worked out pretty good. I was once I got up to 3rd or 4th or whatever it was, I think those guys were out a little ways, so that kind of worried me there for a second. But I was able to kind of not really run them down, but just slowly kind of they were battling. So that gave me, I think, an opportunity to catch up to them. And then Chad tried kind of diamond in the corner, I guess, and he hit that slick a little too much. And I think that kind of bobbled him. I was able to get by him, and then one of the laps I run bottom, and it said, you had the fastest lap, and I was like, well, okay, that's where I'm going. So and then I started running that line, and then slowly catching Travis, and then finally, I'm not sure what lap car, but I used him as a pick because it worked out perfectly about timing wise, getting up to him, because I was already down low getting to his door, and finally was able to get by him.
Yeah, get by him. You did. Now, a couple of new guys out there racing in both races tonight, and settling in just as it's sort of a similar story every season. Yoda Outlaws boys the prior season, Jim Ravis, etc. Guys just coming along and just adding competition while sort of complementing it as well. Cole Gilbert, Michael Whiting finishing the 4th and 5th spots. We also had Drew Warren and Ty Daleman. If you look at the leaderboard on paper, obviously finished right down the rear of field, 12th and 30th. But Ty, that first half of the race, the heat races, the qualifying, and then the start of that feature, he was really holding his own, showing his own, and it was really only just a bit of unlucky sort of track placement that cost him sort of the race and sort of took it away from him. So I'm looking forward to watching these guys as they settle in and get a bit more comfortable, because you guys are sort of contending with last season's competition who are now settled in, and already you've got other guys nipping at those heels. So that's got to be a pretty good feeling to know that if you thought that the gap was getting a bit shorter, it's gotten bigger again in terms of the amount of people that are competitive in the field again.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like the 358s. I think they finished 3rd and 4th, I believe. The two new guys that and I think they're not new to the league. They used to race
Okay,
back in the film with John and them. So, but yeah, it's awesome to see new members to me, and
well, yeah, definitely new members of the BobbethTV family.
yeah, and it's awesome that we're growing, and with them already running up front, it just makes it that much more exciting.
Definitely does. Looking forward to the season playing out. It's a very different season. Like we say, 4 races over the 3 nights. A doubleheader Monday night. Tomorrow night is the and I'm sorry, guys, I haven't committed the names to memory just yet. It's terrible. What is the late model series? It is just the Yoda. Excuse me, the Yoda Outlaws late model series. It will be alternating late models, super pros, and limited. So we're going to start off with the supers tomorrow night at Lernerville. I feel like if micros at Chili Bowl is the firecracker version of what we do, then the supers at Lernerville is the dynamite, the TNT. It's I feel like we're going from one level to a complete, like this is the frying pan tonight. Tomorrow night's the fire. But likewise, I feel like you guys are pretty good at Lernerville in recent days. The way the guys are driving, I feel like, yeah, it's going to be similar to tonight, where I think the track might surprise us, and the racing will be green and alive and exciting. But supers at Lernerville tomorrow night, good luck with that. I would most certainly not put myself in those shoes. I am maybe sitting in the booth and watching, but I can't wait for that one to see how the new guys go as well with the returning slash we'll say new to Knuckleheadz, the new to Knuckleheadz guys. See how they continue to run, and see how you guys sort of defend your home ground, and etc. etc. Well, congratulations. I'm starting to waffle. I think I've gotten to, we're hitting the 2-hour mark. There we go. That's probably it. Congratulations, Kent. It's obviously similar way we finished off, you and Travis, keeping that sort of end of season momentum running. You were also one of the guys that picked up a championship last season. So good to see you keep that run alive, albeit in a completely different car. I just realized it says Dirt Limited late models on the screen instead of micros. What the heck? Fix that real quick, even though it's way too late. But I just noticed that on the results, and it's like, what? Before we let you go, and I continue to waffle and lose my stuff. Friends, family, sponsors, my man. Who do you need to give a shout out? Quick, take over the broadcast.
The wife and kids let me do this. KP Plumbing Services, you, Bob, for the broadcast. Josh and John. Sucks they weren't here tonight. That definitely would have been some really good racing. But with Triple Good Racing, my teammates, Mikey and Wayne for putting on this series, the Monday night doubleheader, and then all the guys at KHR. Couldn't do without each and every one of them showing up, and they definitely showed up tonight. We had a really good group tonight.
Definitely did. When you guys show up, you show up. And as always, it is left out on the track. Nothing is spared until the checkered flag. And yeah, we saw some, it may sound surprising to some of our newer viewers the way I'm saying it, but we had some great racing here tonight. But look, stick around and watch a few of the seasons and you'll see that Chili Bowl, not always as kind as it was tonight, or go back and check out some of the past broadcasts, especially one of the Enduros. Things like that, where it is controlled mayhem, to see what Chili Bowl can really offer you. But Kent, you got it done here tonight. You got the hard one in the book straight away. Best of luck with the rest of the racing tomorrow night, and everything else you've got going on in your racing week. We'll have you back in the booth anytime, obviously. As I said, everyone, that part up to you. And I think it's going to be as tough as it has ever been to get into the winner's booth frequently this season. It's going to be quite interesting to see who is going to be the back and forths and where the battles are. So good luck with that, man. Congratulations. Got that first win in the bag for the season.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you. See you tomorrow night.
We'll see you.
All right, that was Kent McLean, our Triple Group Racing driver winner for the Motor International Monday Night Mayhem Series. Micro sprints, not limited late models at Chili Bowl. I can't believe I didn't change that. Thank you so much for coming out and watching here tonight. Thank you to, we'll start off with the likes and shares, Ty and Kelly for the like and the shares. Those people that joined in the chat, TNT, Taz, thank you so much for joining in. Vicky Schuler, as always. Chris Andrews was there. That BobbethTV guy's a nuisance. Mikey Mixter, Harper, Vicky again, Keegan, and I haven't seen this right, but Carl Stewart. Thank you all for joining in. Stay tuned tomorrow night. What time does that one start? Or tomorrow morning for me. So Tuesday night, American. Wednesday morning, Australian. It will be. Let me just refresh my sessions. 11:45 a.m. tomorrow morning. The Dirt Late Model Supers at Lernerville Speedway. So join us then. Please like, follow, or subscribe on BobbethTV, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. You've got your choice on how you watch. I was talking about this last night, but if you do watch on Twitch, or if you do use Prime at home, then you do have a Twitch sub, which just does momentarily support me as well on my channel, but for free. That Twitch subscription is free with your Prime subscription. So if you watch Prime TV or the movies and things like that, jump on over to Twitch and give us a sub if you wouldn't mind. And you can renew that every 30 days, and it doesn't cost you a cent. It just helps the channel out, keeps us kicking along. We'll give a late shout out to Mike Mad Dog Davis for that share. Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you, and keep doing everything you do out on the track. All right, you know the drill. My name's Bob. Love yous all. Bye.